I can manage to knock myself offline pressing buttons there. Let's just contact some more people, see if Jamie's gonna call in. Oh boy, that's the beauty of Avry Sports Show. We have stuff out here for people to stay hydrated and enjoy themselves on the Edmonton sun. 37 degrees out here. 37 degrees. Absolutely insanity yesterday. I took a picture of that. We'll post that on Twitter. I could not believe that. We almost hit the 40 degrees here in Edmonton. That's absolutely nuts. Absolutely nuts. Just getting a hold of some other people who want to come by the program. I know I was told that everybody say they're gonna come by, so let's see what's gonna happen. I know the doorbell is gonna ring a few for some people. Like I said, don't be shy, folks. Want to jump on the program? 780-628-1771, extension code 260. And in a few weeks again, I'll be off to Toronto. We'll be doing some Toronto shows again, as per usual. And in the first week of August, the trip to Canton, Ohio, as per usual, for the NFL Hall of Fame inductions. That's going to be an absolute blast. As always, love going on to Canton. Love being the only Canadian media guy that ever showed up to these awards. The inductions. It's funny. I'm the only Canadian guy there. I don't know why. No other Canadian press shows up. It's just golden. And of course, I would expect it to be an absolute gong show for media. But no. They give you who you want to talk to. The players are always fantastic. I've met so many guys in the media world in the States through it. That's how I met Shannon Sharp. So I met Tom Jackson. So I met Trey Wingo. Great guys. So I met Rich Eisen. Of course, Rich Eisen's agent was so impressed. Gave me his card. I'm trying to get a hold of his agent ever since. The tough guy. Rich Eisen is a hard guy to track down NFL Network. He's not an easy guy to track down at all. So like I said, we'll find him. Then we'll get a hold of him and we will get him on the program very soon. He's a very, very, very funny guy. He's a very, very good, funny guy. A blast to talk to. Knows football. Knows his baseball. Because you remember, Rich Eisen used to be a baseball guy before the NFL Network. He was on ESPN as one of the baseball guys. He was a studio host for Baseball Tonight. He did some baseball reporting. He wasn't really a big football guy. NFL Network, they brought him on board, and he became the main football guy. He became one of the faces of NFL Network. Great guy, Rich Eisen. Fantastic to talk to. Having a blast in Canton. We'll do it again sometime. Every sports show, the Sorg 200th episode. I always say it though. 200 episodes, and we didn't get kicked off the air somehow. Because we've had some funny moments. And of course, Mr. Mike Wilson, Mr. Josh Boris was supposed to come by. They couldn't make it because the plan for them was to come in because if you know on Twitter, I lost the bet regarding the Boston Red Sox staying below 500 out of the All-Star break. And the plan was for Josh, hit me in the face with a pie. They couldn't make it today, so that will be aired later on in the future if I'm in Sherwood Park or in the West End. Later on, that will be aired, so that'll be fantastic stuff with that bet. But you know what, hey, anything for ratings, anything to get more viewers, and of course Mike and Josh are busy shooting more commercials for the program, which will be airing very soon. I always tell them, shoot more commercials, because these guys are funny kids. As their show is a part of Avry Sports Show history, because remember, they used to do a radio show called In the Crease, where they were on my show weekly. I used to call into their show weekly. I think about 95% of my shows had me calling in to their program. Absolute blast and funny. They had a sponsor. They used to have a sponsor, Stone. I think it was like Stone Granite Tiling, and the company. The day after their show went off the air, the company went out of business. That's a funny thing. Yeah, they got paid. Their one sponsor for their show went out of business the day after they quit, their show ended. So that is just too funny. Of course, if you know Mike Wilson, he was infamously Little Mike, who used to call in because I called in. See, I started this whole little trend of teams in Canada trying to get their own shows, teams in Edmonton doing their own sports shows. I am a pioneer in a sense, so it's absolutely funny that I can start this whole thing. So I'm a history maker. That's all I can say. That is all I can say. And of course, I want to talk about the Edmonton Eskimos. My gosh. Week 2, they go into Saskatchewan and lose 17-1. Absolutely embarrassing. Absolutely comical that his team goes into Saskatchewan and lose 17-1. And Eric Tillman. Now, you know what? I like Eric, but he admitted in the post-game conference this is his fault. I agree, definitely, because I still say it. What was the purpose of trading with Ricky Ray? 32 years old. He wasn't that old. And you have Kerry Joseph and Steven Giles, great guys, but right now, they're in the line of fire. It's hard on them because Kerry Joseph clearly, and he is not a starting quarterback in the CFL anymore. He's not. Kerry Joseph, he could hardly hit a receiver, threw in double coverage multiple times. He threw in double coverage, picked off, sacked, fumbles. This Eskimo team is in a bad situation right now. I know Camus Reed said he's going to start Steven Giles in week 3 against Winnipeg. You know what? Fine. No problem with that. Winnipeg, they're a banged up team too. This is a game Edmonton can win in week 3 to go to 2-on-1. But there are some things this team has to address and have to address it in a big, big way. Because this team could be, they probably going to win against Winnipeg. But they could be after that game. They could go on a streak and end up at 2-10. And that's going to be a very unfortunate. Which brings me back to the same point again. Eric Tillman. Why? Why trade Ricky? Why'd you do it? No sense at all. Absolutely dumb. Yeah, see, exactly. See, we get the background. Dun. No sense at all. A silly trade. Financially, I guess we'll sell. We got more salary cap. Boom. No, you don't have a proven quarterback. You have a proven starter. And now Jeremiah Masoli, Matt Nichols. You know what I say? Start Masoli, start Nichols week 4, week 5. Let them get some reps. Let them learn. I want them to learn, get a taste of real, meaningful CFL action. That's what they need. They need to grow as quarterbacks. I see him watching Jose Bautista again when he went off in the first round. He's an impressive first round. He's making Toronto proud last night in the home run derby. Of course, the All-Star game was tonight at 5:30 p.m. Naturally, of course, being a Blue Jays fan, I want the American League to win tonight. You know, people always say the All-Star games, they hate All-Star games. I love the All-Star games. They don't be All-Star game, though. People hate the fact that, it's home field advantage is determined in an All-Star game. And that someone playing on the Colorado Rockies or the Houston Astros can determine the World Series, who gets home field advantage. You know what, though? I don't mind it. It brings meaning back into the All-Star games. It brings it back because I wish we had done the NBA All-Star game, in the NHL All-Star game. Because you know why? You would get a little bit more intense game. Things would be way more intense if we brought, hey, you have home ice advantage if the East-Western Conference wins. Do something like that. Make it up. Make it interesting. Jazz it up. Say the wing team gets some more monetary bonus. Have them play for more money. Do something that will make the All-Star games a little bit more interesting. Of course, if you see the CHL All-Star games, the top prospect games, the Canada-Russia series, they're hard for All-Star games. Because, of course, naturally, these guys are trying to prove themselves to NHL scouts. I mean, I wish we got that. I'm not saying the All-Star game, I'm not saying let's get the high sticking back. I'm not saying let's get guys bleeding in those kind of All-Star games. But let's see some guys throw some hits in the NHL All-Star game. I'm not saying an all-out brawl, but get some intensity back. And that is what having home ice advantage would bring to the NHL All-Star game. Bring it back, because the skills competition, I love that. The rookies game, it's fun. It's 3-on-3 hockey. Or you know what though? Make the main All-Star game 3-on-3. Do that. Give me a 20-20 NHL All-Star game. Give me an All-Star game where both teams put up 20 goals. Why not? Bring it back. Make something fun about it. Bring the viewers back. Bring the fans back to pack the stands. Just do something to make the All-Star game a little bit more intense. That's what I want. That's my take. What do you want? Call in 780-628-1771. Extension code 260. Avry Sports Show, episode number 200. Livestream.com/Avry Sports. Enjoy it. Call in. Have a blast. Do a little dance, people. Prince is on in the background. Oh!